When Allahu Ta'ala willed to create mankind so that it may know his existence, worship him, and cultivate the earth, he said to his angels, I will certainly create a vicegerent on earth. I will appoint a caliph to whom I will grant certain authorities from my will, my power, and my attributes, so that he will have authority over my creation on my behalf, execute judgments in my name, and be entrusted to implement my commands and my laws as my representative. Then those who come after him will follow him and succeed him in carrying out this duty, he said. The angels, on one hand, appreciated the honor in this, and on the other hand, they feared the possibility of evil in granting such a high authority to a creature on earth. Since Allahu Ta'ala did not reveal the hidden wisdom in this, Rabbamis, will you create a being who will cause corruption on earth, spread disorder, and shed blood, while we constantly praise you and glorify and sanctify you? They said. Thus, their intention was not objection, far be it, but to ask about the wisdom. However, by this, they also implicitly showed a desire for the vicegerency. Allahu Ta'ala replied, Indeed, I know what you do not know. The angels, upon this answer, remained silent and said among themselves, Surely our Rabbamis knows everything and does not create anything without benefit. Allahu Ta'ala said to the angels, Indeed, I will create a human from dry clay, from molded mud. Therefore, when I shape him into a complete human form and breathe into him from my spirit, fall down in prostration before him. Thereupon, all the angels prostrated together, but Iblis resisted, could not accept it due to his pride, and refrained from prostration, because he considered himself the most superior creation. Allahu Ta'ala said, Ya Iblis, why were you not among those who prostrated? Iblis said, It is not possible for me to prostrate to a human whom you created from dry clay, from molded mud. For I was created from fire, and fire is superior to earth. And with this false comparison, he left the circle of obedience and became a disbeliever. Allahu Ta'ala said, Then get out from there, for you are expelled. And this curse is upon you until the day of judgment. Satan said, Rabbim, then grant me respite until the day they are resurrected. Allahu Ta'ala informed that he granted him respite not until the day of resurrection, but until the appointed time, that is, until the first blowing of the trumpet. Thereupon Satan said, Ya Rabbi, by the decree that made me rebellious, I swear that I will adorn the earth for them and mislead them all, except your sincere servants. That is, those who are chosen purely for your obedience cannot be misled. Allahu Ta'ala said, This which you have said, that sincerity and pure faith which you admitted you cannot mislead, is the straight path that leads to me, a true law. Indeed, you have no authority over my servants, neither by argument nor by force, except those who follow you among the deviators. That too is not by your power, but because they misuse their own will and follow you. Otherwise, just as you cannot overpower the sincere ones, you cannot overpower the others either. Surely hell is the promised place for those who follow you. Allahu Ta'ala, in order to show that man is an honorable and worthy creation to be his vicegerent, taught Adem all the names and granted him knowledge and speech, then pointed them out to the angels and said, Come now, if you are truthful in your claim of being worthy of this vicegerency, inform me of the names of these, thus testing them to reveal and prove their incapacity. In response to this test, the angels said, Subhansan ya Rab, we have no knowledge except what you have taught us. You are the all-knowing, the all-wise, thus expressing their incapacity. When the angels admitted their incapacity, Allahu Ta'ala said, Ya Adem, inform them of their names. When Adem informed them, Allahu Ta'ala said, Did I not tell you that I know the unseen of the heavens and the earth? And I know what you reveal and what you conceal. Allahu Ta'ala created Havva from the rib of Adem and said, Ya Adem, you and your spouse dwell comfortably in this paradise. Eat abundantly from my blessings. But do not approach this tree, lest you become among those who transgress. He informed them that Satan was their enemy and warned them not to be deceived. Allahu Ta'ala had forbidden them only one tree so that mankind would learn to use its will and control itself, and understand that it is not free from responsibility. After these blessings, Satan, who had been expelled and declared enmity toward mankind, began to whisper to them in order to reveal what had been hidden from them. Adam and Havva had until that moment neither seen nor known such parts of themselves. Finally, Satan approached. Adam, shall I show you a dominion that will make you eternal here? Adam did not pay attention at first, but Satan did not give up. Rabbimis forbade you from this only so that you would not become angels or remain here forever. If you eat from it, you will either become like angels or remain here eternally, he said, and swore. I am your sincere advisor. Adam and Havva, thinking that no one would swear falsely in the name of Allah, were deceived and inclined toward that tree. When they ate from the tree forbidden by Allahu Ta'ala, their hidden nakedness became exposed. Out of shame, they began covering themselves with leaves. Allahu Ta'ala said, Did I not forbid you from that tree? Did I not tell you that Satan is your clear enemy? Adam and Havva said, Bizim Rabbimis, we have wronged ourselves. If you do not forgive us and show mercy, we will surely be among those who suffer great loss. Allahu Ta'ala said, Descend to the earth as enemies to one another. There you will live, die, and be brought forth again. Thus, Adam and his spouse, and mankind, settled on earth and began their struggle. Their repentance was accepted. Because Allahu Ta'ala is merciful and forgiving. Anaf ibn Qais wished to see Omar, the commander of the believers, in Medina. When he arrived, he saw a large crowd gathered in a circle. Qabulabar was giving a sermon to them and narrating the following. When the command of death came to Adem alayhi salam, he said, Ya Rab, my enemy Iblis, when he sees me as a dead body, will rejoice that he has been granted respite until the day of judgment and will mock me. It was answered, Ya Adam, you will be returned to paradise, but that accursed one will taste the pain of death as many times as the number of the first and the last. Then Adam said to Melekuel Mevd Azrael, How will you make him taste death? Describe it to me. When the descriptions of his death were explained, Adam said, Ya Rabbi, that is enough. Thereupon, the people listening to the sermon became excited and said, Ya Eba Ishak, what is it like? Tell us. When Kabi did not wish to explain, they insisted greatly. Then he said, Allahu Ta'ala will say to Israel after the first blowing of the trumpet, I have given you the strength of the inhabitants of the 7 heavens and the 7 earths, and today I have clothed you with all garments of wrath. Descend with my intense wrath and make that expelled Iblis taste death. Load upon him all illnesses and sufferings combined from the first to the last of creation. With you, let there be 70,000 Zabani filled with rage and wrath, each carrying chains from hell and heavy restraints. With 70,000 hooks from hell, pull out the filthy soul of that accursed one. Call Malik to open the gates of hell. Thereupon Azrael will descend in such a form that if the inhabitants of the heavens and the earth were to see him, they would immediately die from fear and terror. He will approach Iblis and say, Stop, ya hobbies. Now I will make you taste death. You have lived long enough. You have led many generations astray. But now the appointed time has come. The accursed Satan will flee to the east, but will see Melekuel Mevd before him. He will flee to the west, yet again see him before his eyes. He will dive into the seas, but the seas will not accept him. In short, he will run across the entire earth, seeking refuge, but will find no place to escape. Then he will stand in the middle of the world, near the grave of Adam, or he will crawl from east to west and from west to east across the lands. Finally, when he reaches the place where Adem alayhi salam descended to earth, the earth will become like burning coal. The Zabani will pierce him with hooks again and again. He will remain in torment, struggling in agony for as long as Allahu Ta'ala wills. While he is in this suffering, it will be said to Adam and Havva, Rise and see how your enemy tastes death. They will rise and witness the severity of his torment and say, Ya Rab, you have completed your favor upon us.